Look up there! That's the Jade Chamber! Well, so let's look around. Hey, look! Since this is the right place, it must have some... No way! Just... If that wind current was stronger, we'd be able to Huh? Why? Or... Oh! Alright, let's... Oh. Hang on. Looks like we've gotten close to the... Why don't we shoot you up to the Jade Oh. Oh, that's... Now that you mention it...
Halt! Who trespasses on these hallowed grounds?
Exactly. What are you? We're invited guests. What? No. Wait. She pretended to invite us to the Jade Chamber, but set up a
What? We're just on guard duty. What nonsense!
Well, here...
To arms! Take the target alive!
With the wind!
Little bastard!
Stop! What's all this about?
Lady Kuching, these two strange people said...
Who are you calling strange?
You want to go to the Jade Chamber?
We're invited guests, here to look for the Liyue Chisi.
Well, as it
Oh,
I'm Kuching. I know of you, traveler. You're Ningguang's guest.
wow. Paimon didn't think...
The Guizhong Ballista in Tianheng Pass has long been in disrepair. And yet, it was fixed, and these Millelith are just here to guard this.
So this was all a misunderstanding.
Anyway, for a mortal to be able to repair an Adepti mechanism.
That was... Huh? Oh, right. So, Lady Yuheng, might you have any idea why Lady Tianquan invited...
Just call me Kuching. I'd say that Ningguang's purpose is to request that the savior of Mondstadt take a more neutral stance. Or at least, to not wholly side with the Adepti.
We're not taking sides. We spoke with the Adepti.
When you say protect, you're referring to their...
Huh?
You are mortals, and thus under their protection. There was no way they would have regarded you as someone with the ability to assassinate a god. Naturally, they would also regard Ningguang's locking down the area, questioning the citizenry, and pursuit of the assassin to be pointless work. Perhaps they even want... I'll say it like it is.
Well, you've... Still, this is the first time Paimon's seen a person from Liyue who...
Should I respect the shallow sense of time and condescension to mortals that is... Forget it. I shouldn't speak of them this way. This skepticism is... Either way, I will admit that the actions of the... Rex Lapis's death is indeed... How surprisingly civilized of them. Well, for Ningguang, she would talk anything and everything out if she could. The time of the Adepti has long passed. If even the... I'll stop here. Honestly, I hadn't intended to say so much. You should both be off to the Jade Chamber. Don't be late now. The cream of Liyue's mercant...
Favor? But, wait, that's right. Greeting gifts are a staple of Liyue.
All right. You can decide on your greeting gift yourselves. Let me tell you how to... You didn't actually have to come to Mount Tianheng. Well then. May we meet again, traveler.
Well, that Yuheng may not respect the gods, but Paimon thinks... So, what should... Oh, right! Paimon has a feeling... Why don't we go with that for a gift? Nope! But let's go gather ingredients! Time waits for no one, and neither will our riches.
Yeah.
one. Huh? Did you hear that? It seemed like it came... Uh-oh.
The hunting.
I was not...
I understand. Don't say that. I'm Meng Dan. I never expected that. Is there anything that you lack?
Wait a moment.
Oh?
Do you have a box that can store presents? We'd like...
Of course we do. How can one sell antiques without gift boxes? At Mingxing Jewelry, we have the best gift wrapping service. Now just give me a moment, and I'll let the boss know.
Great! Paimon...
Jewelry's out of stock, but we have some new items in.
Hey there!
Uncle Meng already told me about many of the best goods in our store. Here, this container is itself an antique.
Yep. Hang on a moment.
Sure, please help your...
Traveler, this clay pot looks really awesome. If we use an antique as our mixing bowl, we should be able... It's done! The one and only
Oh, yes. You might want to use these two fresh...
Woohoo! It looks beautiful! Great! Now that we've put all that we've got in... According to Cook... Excuse me, do you...
Yes. How many?
It's not convenient to speak...
Ah, well said. Please, use this to ascend to the chamber.
Yep.
And yet the code they used was not the one for guests, but for the yuan.
I've been waiting for you, returnee from Joya.
It's Ningguang. Since this is our first meeting...
Oh, for me. You have my thanks. This palace floats in the skies, higher than the peak of any mountain. From this vantage point, I have been gathering the funds necessary to build it from the time I began learning the merchant's craft. At first, it was but the size of one room. One day, I believe it will overshadow all 7 nations. Not many from outside Liyue earn the right to ascend to the Jade Chamber. But I have been in correspondence with the acting Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius. As such, I have been putting eyes and ears out ever...
What?
And I finally got wind of your movements when you...
Wait! Was...
Everyone at Wangshu Inn is one... At the Guizhou...
You were peeking on us from the skies.
I fear that peeking would have been a little difficult from this altitude. Our eyes and ears are more than sufficient. You two are very interesting people, after all. Well, I wouldn't expect you to trust us, consider... I believe that you've heard of the Archon War. Many gods used to walk this earth. In the end, only 7 victors remained standing in Teyvat. They built cities and nations on the corpses of the vanquished, and thus began the era of the Seven. You can see Goyun Stone Forest from here, I trust. Beneath the spears lie those cast down by Rex Lapis in those... Not only is it true that gods may die, but another Lord of Geo will arise sooner or later. Yet, how are we to forget Rex Lapis? When that time comes, even in a new era, the Liyue Qixing remain Rex Lapis. That day at Yujing Terrace, it was also very sudden. But our enemy has long lain hidden within the harbor. If we do not act again, hiding the Exuvia was a necessary maneuver to take the initiative back. To play the spider.
Who's this enemy?
What do you think, Traveler?
Huh? What are you...
Well answered.
Huh?
The scenery out here...
Wowee! What a huge hall! Paimon's never seen such a fancy place before.
Be at ease, you two. Make your...
Can we really?
I have invited you two here as friends.
Ooh!
Why, you've kept your ear to the ground,
That's because even the storytellers are talking about it. Everyone's after a piece of paper from that...
That's because that wall records Leo's secrets. Merchants have always... But the secrets of the mercantile world are of no interest to you, are they, Traveler? If possible, But if you were to choose the more trust... You'd pick Keqing? I originally thought her a bit too hard-headed. With someone of her character on the Qixing, I've had some extra messes to clean up behind the... But after she said those words... Well, I won't deny that Rex Indeed. It seems that you understood what I meant. I called for the gag order and for the Exuvia to be hidden to temporarily stabilize the situation. With Rex Lapis's death, allowing the right of...
It's exactly as Zhongli said. The Qixing only provided the venue for the rite so they could use... Wait, that's right.
Of course.
Paimon's heard that anyone who sends a greeting gift gets a little something in...
Well, we have made quite a bit of trouble for you recently. How about this?
Yay! Paimon was... One of the sheets on... Don't look at Paimon like that! One of these sheets of paper will sell for crazy prices, even if... Just imagine. How... Let's grab one! The biggest one! Huh? Well, that was an easy search. The biggest sheet is right up there in the most obvious spot. Let's go with that. shit. Aw, that doesn't sound like treasure. Oh, Ning, but research on the sigil of... Speaking of which, there's also some connection... Oh. Well, should we not... Oh, so you're saying that it's precisely because we can't completely trust Ningguang that we should confirm the truth of... Anyway, before... Written down on this piece of paper. And, they look really mad at us, too. Think you can bully me?
This is bad. Not going anywhere.
Keep back!
Cover. Freshness preserved. Shield to the wall.
Windblade!
I'm going in! Diana Special!
Disappear! Keep back!
Frozen.
Let's move. Get careful. Windblade.
There are so many talismans here. Paimons? Oh, But how did a relic of the Adepti end up... Oh, that's right. Cloud Retainer talismans like that were... Maybe the Fatui are copying this... Being able to channel divine power in battle? Whew. That sounds pretty... And the last... Let's...
Right on time. Did you enjoy your visit?
It was so big and...
Indeed. Then you met with Ningguang?
She's super rich and so generous. Yeah, his take on Ningguang is quite different from Paimon's. He thinks that...
Oh, so you...
He said the time of the Adepti has long passed.
Indeed, contrary to the ever-bold Keqing, Ningguang is more of a businesswoman at heart. Although she's friendly, there's no way of clearly discerning her true intentions. Yes, she is only... It's said that she's the one behind...
The Jade Chamber is only second.
Why, Mora, of course.
All Ningguang talked about was the Fatui this and the Fatui that. She said that after Rex Lapis was murdered, the Fatui have constantly...
That is how the Fatui have always been. It doesn't surprise... No matter what they may be planning.
So, is there anything we need to get for the right...
Yes, as a matter of fact, there is.
Glaze lilies? But why did we... Oh, right! Paimon remember...
No. Those Dihua Marsh used to be before the Archon War. Of course, there are some wild glaze lily, but I'll need your assistance in gathering these flowers. No, I need you to...
So how good is your singing? Really?
We'll only know once he...
It's time to sing, whenever you're ready.
Da 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 da.
What happened? These flowers are jumping. They look really angry. Is it because you sang a song for Mondstadt that they don't understand here in Liyue? Those weren't glaze lilies.
This little monster is no... The glaze lilies...
Well, that's nice.
Unfortunately...
That's so late.
Excuse me. Are you searching for
Oh, hey! It's... What's-her-face?
Hello, traveler. I'm surprised you still remember my... that reminds me.
Well, it sure would have been better if you told us how to...
Didn't I tell you the way?
Nope. We found the way on our own.
Oh, I see. Uh-oh. I guess I really did...
She's acting different from the...
Oh, well, I met you at that time as an emissary.
You came all the way out here to see the flowers?
Yujing Terrace is where Rex Lapis parted from this world. Whenever my duties take...
Oh...
No, it's quite all right. When the Archon War came to its end, yes. Now that the spirit of Rex Lapis, the other 5, of the current 7 Archon, this means that Liyue had been under Rex Lapis's rule from the moment it was first founded 30...
So what do you think of the...
Huh? As a mortal, but as an Adeptus.
Huh?
Yes, I am a mix of human and Qilin. After the war ended, I signed a let's save that conversation. I also know where wild glaze lilies can be.
We dare not...
Oh, so did you see...
Indeed, I did. I know this
Wow, so you really know...
No, it is you who... If you would excuse me.
And that just about does it. Given the ease of picking glaze lilies...
Yeah, Paimon can already imagine him starting a...
I've had enough ventures in my life. Beginning a new undertaking is always difficult, so you must be careful to take the time to step back and re-examine yourself.
Wow. See? All right. I think it's about... gate is swarming with Lilith and... the Fatui?
Ah, you're the Millelith are watching our
Desperate time.
the Adepti of Joyun.
Do they intend to exercise force?
Most likely. I've heard that some members of the Qixing have already gone to meet them. However, both sides were quite obstinate.
It seems inevitable.
The Adepti do not acknowledge the Qixing. They only acknowledge the contracts of the Geo Archon. If the two sides come to blows,
Surely the Liyue Qixing are not...
they're both...
And what now?
That's all. She proclaimed that in these tumultuous times, only now do they want to start keeping tabs on us? Anyway, Mr. Zhongli, you're one of Child's close associates. Please understand that your actions will reflect on us. Don't let...
It looks like things are about to boil over in Liyue Harbor.
Do you intend to use your neutral eye? Neither path is an easy one.
Oh, by the way, Mr. Zhongli, we've heard that the Wangsheng funeral parlor has...
Things are taking a turn. I'm afraid I must consider your next...
Having connections with the Fatui seems to be quite the double-edged sword. So what does Zhongli mean by looking for... Oh, Paimon get... He must be waiting for the moment when no one is... But where could we find him? Where would he go at a time like this? Wow! This is the Golden House? It looked impressive enough. This is where all of Teyvat's Mora is minted, right? In that case... Oh, so it's a trap! Tricky, tricky. Good thing Paimon's... But even if we can't take... Or better yet, take a nap on top of a mountain of Mora! It's like... Oh, right! It's quiet. Huh? Look! What happened? Uh-oh. Quick! We have to...
You've already fulfilled your task as guides, so why do you still linger here? Haven't you already...
Huh? Who's there?
If you were Fatui, I imagine that you would be entitled to a generous reward from the Tsaritsa herself. But now, you're nothing but dross, and you're in my way. Although I'm deeply grateful to you that I was able to effortlessly find this secret location, don't you think that trying to stop me now would just be wasted effort? Stopping the Mora Mints, hiding away the Exuvia.
So you've been planning to take the nose...
As one of the 11 Fatui Harbingers, she will get that which she desires. I'm not asking for the time for discussion. Either way, we now come to my favorite part. The battle.
Battle? So
You... When Signora offended the deities outside the cathedral in Mondstadt, instead of confronting you directly, she chose to rely on the snow and ice to make her escape. She wouldn't want the knights to come. When she faces a worthy opponent, she will prioritize her mission, weigh the outcomes, and consider the consequences. But as for me, the greatest pleasure of...
we won't let what happen.
Oh, so you intend to fight me? Good. I won't... Besides, you could never defeat me. Fighting talk, I love it! This chance is hard to come by, so show me all you've got. So very few ever get the chance to square off with the Fatui Harbinger. So come now, amuse me, and don't you dare disappoint. Poor timing. You've made some progress. Guess I should take you more seriously. Haha, good. No wonder Signora was so wary of you. Well, that just means I can go all out. Brace yourself. This is about to get tough. Now, show me what you can do against the might of a Harbinger. No use hiding back there.
I taste blood.
Not bad. Your swordsmanship is quite impressive. But that's about as far as you'll get. Didn't think you had that card hidden up your sleeve.
You were just playing us to get close to the Exuvia!
Oh, quiet down. Stop acting like some wide-eyed recruit. You've seen this world. You of all people should know. This should have been expected! Well then, I'll be taking Morax's Gnosis now! I see. Well, this is most unexpected. You beat me to it, didn't you?
This is going to cost you! You got to the Gnosis ahead of me, didn't you? Did you simply move faster? Or did you leak the information regarding the Golden House to me on purpose? No matter. Hand the Gnosis over, now. Don't make me take it from you.
We didn't take it!
Some you win, and some you lose.
Look!
Well then, it seems the burden of the foul legacy transformation. And now that I consider the matter more carefully, you had no connection to the Gnosis.
That's what we've been trying to...
Your show of ability today far surpasses that of Signora's initial assessment of you in Mondstadt. Tell me, how could that be? You already know the answer, don't you? But if that is a secret you wish to keep, I guess I'll just... This battle has already left me satisfied. Anyone who strives as I do to grow stronger shall be called a friend. Even if our friendship can only be shown in battle.
Pretty sure that's not the...
Unfortunately, I must bring this amiable conversation to an end. Given that the Gnosis wasn't taken by anyone, then we must look once again to the beginning. In fact,
What? So you mean that...
Yes, it appears so. It seems that the guardian deity of the capital of commerce is also well versed in... As such...
Backup plan?
I had hoped it would never come to this, for the weak will be swept away. The truth is, the world belongs to those who pursue strength. Unfortunately...
So what are you planning to do?
I will awaken the god that lies dormant.
A god?
Osile, if such an ancient... Do you think the cunning Rex Lapis would just...
But the Archon War ended
Simple. I've already prepared the means to awaken it.
Hey, those are Oh, Paimon remembers now. The Fatui have been researching them.
Indeed. The one that was given to you was just a byproduct of our research. With the power of so many sigils of permission concentrated in one place, along with that which was bestowed upon me as a harbinger by our Tsaritsa, breaking the subduing might of the Geo-Archon spears for a time should be no obstacle. Using the powers of but knowing that such an action will not only force the Geo-Archon to show its hand, but you as well, that makes matters a little more... Let's see. Will the nation that has lost its deity be swallowed up by an ancient malice once more? If you wish to drown together with the people of Liyue, you're free to stay and enjoy the show.
Huh? He's already gone. That guy is fast. What's going on? If we hadn't happened to see the Jade Chamber flying over just as we came... Did we make it in time?
What are you...
Huh? Hold on. It's the Adepti. What are you doing on the Jade Chamber? Paimon thought you were arguing with the Qixing. Is the fighting over?
Faced with a calamity of such magnitude, we have agreed to put our differences aside for now and unite against...
Oh, Paimon gets it. Just seeing this Overlord of the Vortex guy puts a pit in Paimon's tummy, even from all the way out here.
It's not just you. We've got new Millelith recruits who can't even stand at attention without shaking. The force of an ancient god's presence seems to be too much, which is why we must stop that monster.
So the Archon War was fought 2,000 years ago against enemies like that. So will the power of the Qixing, Millelith, and
We've already discussed this together.
What? But...
One certainly could.
Huh?
The Qixing did once research the matter of the Guizhong Ballista, and as fate would have it, one who did craft... For what could you mortals ever learn of Adepti mechanisms?
I suppose this is one blessing from the Adepti that we So be it. We shall use the upgraded Guizhong Ballista to fight off that god. All the Adepti here can lend their... We haven't a moment to spare. Our... Yep.
The 3 Adepti are manning the Guizhong Ballista. Do not let the Fatui disturb their work!
All able Millilith, with me!
Let's go help too!
We Adepti have not faced a god in several millennia. Let one see what you're made of then. What strength remains within you, one wishes to witness.
That is Osial's divine power. I am very familiar with it. Be careful not to get hit.
The Fatui! Their attacks are unrelenting!
How daring. Snezhnai's diplomats will answer for this afterward. Every last one!
Were you about to say we can't hold them, children? Don't lose heart. Here, take this.
This is Adeptal energy. That light from your body. It's like the time in Julian Karst. Wow, it's Madame King's shockwave. This granny's really strong.
With the blood of the Chilian, I guard you against evil. Cast your fear of injury by the wayside and fight with all your might. I too did this during the Archon War.
So this is what Ganyu's like in a fight.
My name means swiftness. Take my power and run as I do.
We're going too fast!
You are strong in body and spirit. Perhaps you can withstand 3 forms of Adeptal energy at once.
This will hurt a little. Please bear with us.
Once you've adapted, try to use them in battle.
Let me amuse myself a little. speak?
In other words, if we hold here, there's nothing worse to come, right?
This is it. My work. Finished.
With the wind!
Can't handle your dream.
The Fatui's numbers are thinning!
Fight on, comrades! Once we finish this lot off, the Adepti will be able to deal with the god in peace.
The interlopers are no more. Now we may commit ourselves fully.
It's working! We just need to keep this up!
Be careful now.
The Guizhong Ballista is destroyed. Without its covering fire, retaliation shall be difficult.
But the Jade Chamber is our last line of defense. We can't give another inch, no matter what.
I have another idea.
What do you mean, Lady Ningguang?
I'll sacrifice the Jade Chamber.
What is the meaning of this?
I understand.
Traveler, lend me a hand. Farewell, old friend. Goodbye for now. Let us meet again in the future.
Is it finally over?
The ominous aura of that monster has the effects of the Sigil of Permission last but a short. It will be some time before the Overlord of the Vortex can make any waves.
We are indebted to you for your assistance. If the Adepti hadn't happened to be...
Save your flattery. We didn't just happen to be here. Surely you won't pretend to have forgotten.
Come now. There's no need for such harsh words, Cloud Retainer. I've heard that when Ningguang began learning to do business, she had already started setting aside part of her then limited income in preparation for building the Jade Chamber. At first, it was only the size of a small room, but with continued expansion, it has become It is a testament to Ningguang's entire life, both as a... Seeing the Jade Chamber destroyed in the defense of Liyue means much to her. To me, such cooperation and sacrifice deserves at least...
Well, I was really hoping you would say that such sacrifice could at least be used as some leverage in our negotiations. Thank you all for hearing me out. We know very well why the Adepti came here today.
Oh?
3,700 years. According to our records, even to this very day, Liyue and its lands have stood the test of time, immovable as stone, just as it was thousands of years before. This is truly no but that does not mean that the Liyue of today is the same city as it was all those years ago. Do not merely cast your protective gaze upon the land.
Are you questioning our means of...
I mean no offense. I simply hope that our Adepti forebears would see Liyue in a...
Forebears, you say?
This morning, Rex...
What?
In the dream, I yearn to tell him that we Qixing, though mortal, are equally bound to the contract. Each passing generation of the Qixing leaves many things of value to be inherited by the next gen. I also thought to tell him how the past generations of but I dared not speak.
Oh, Ningguang.
Yet another perspective. What are you trying to say, Outlander?
Right! That's something that happened in Mondstadt. It's a story about the Animal Archon sought to quell the strife between the two sides, because he believed that such conflict would only...
Each of the 7 nations has its own...
Though your point is the very height of simplicity, as Adepti, we've become...
All right.
I apologize for appearing in full armor. I am afraid I cannot show the proper courtesy.
And who are you?
I am Feng Yan, a sergeant of the military. I thought this battle would perhaps be my last. But thanks to the aid of the Adepti, although I am a mere mortal soldier.
Huh? Why does everyone...
Weren't you...
I wasn't afraid. All the strong Millelith guard... When danger is near, everyone always protects me. And the rest of the time, they make fun toys and tasty snacks and loads of... Thanks for protecting Liyue Hart.
Unfortunately, we wouldn't be able to participate.
Huh?
Because we are Adepti.
Oh, okay. Oh.
You see, the country of contracts is grateful to the Adepti for their although their blood is weak, there is still strength. The time of contract.
Seeing the port around us now, it is hard not...
Your line of inquiry is askew.
Seems like the Adepti have had a change of heart.
Let us return now.
Eager to leave.
Yes, one understands what the Conqueror of Demons. One fears that by the time one finally... Fair enough.
Since we Adepti have consensus, but how will we ensure that the Liyue Qixing will not...
All right, Mooncarver, you needn't worry. It seems to me that this right of supervision...
Looks like the conflict between humans and Oh, right! Child wanted to unleash the god, but we were able to handle the Overlord of the Vortex. Oh, and speaking of that, don't we still need... Paimon doesn't get it. Isn't the strongest lead we have the Adeptiless rite of parting that we're organizing? idea where Zhongli's gone. Let's ask for him at Wangshen Funeral Parlor.
Is there anything I can do?
We've come to see Zhongli. Could you please tell him we're here?
Unfortunately, Zhongli isn't here.
Doesn't the Northland... Last time we saw Zhongli, do you think he doesn't know about the attack on Liyue? We had better go and...
You call this cooperation between Harbingers? Cooperation involves...
Don't take it to heart, child. Besides, aren't you happy that you got to skip the formalities and bring... Oh, it seems...
Hey, it's Zhongli and Child.
It's you two. I believe we've met one... Ah, right. I imagine that it must have been rather hard to forget what...
No, don't let her get... You've yet to gather the powers of all 7 elements. And our last battle at the Golden House was almost more... So it might be best to keep things peaceful.
Well, if it isn't you two. This is our first time seeing each other since Liyue was nearly wiped off the map. This is certainly a bit...
Paimon knew that we should never have trusted a...
Oh, now don't say that. Sure, I may have misled you, but I never... Besides, I thought we were getting along quite well together, didn't... Nothing personal. We just have... The real deceivers here are Senora and Zhongli. Curse them. So actually, I...
Stop wasting time, child. There'll be You remember the agreement, Morax. Now, if you would be so kind.
What in the world are...
The contract is fulfilled. That which the...
How sanctimonious.
What? No, wait! That's an...
I do not give it for free. I give it as agreed upon in the contract.
Yeah, you don't...
Gathering all the forces that had been bubbling behind the scenes, and then stirring them together in a pot that was bound to boil over.
Wait, what?
Perhaps it's best, as you know, even boulders that can withstand whirlpools until one drizzly day. As I was strolling along the harbor, I stood motionless among the crowds.
Oh, Zhongli...
But as I began to consider relinquishing my divine role, was Liyue, the city I had dwelt in for so long, already prepared to enter its next age? So I feigned my own death, and gathered the cast of Child, the Adepti, and the Liyue Qixing to play their roles together on the stage that was Liyue. That's right, which is why I continued to safeguard the Gnosis until now.
So you mean that if the chaos ever reached the point of no return, you would simply appear?
Of course, and it would have been all too easy. Just as a child quickly matures after losing their parents, so has Liyue matured when...
I was pleasantly surprised with the finale of the show that you all put on. Why, you even... The Adepti deserve the greatest applause, considering their years of seclusion. They hardly recognized the city, Yet faced with such a... And hats off to the emissary dispatched by the Cryo-Archon to fulfill our contract, Signora. She managed to keep everything she knew in strict confidence, far from the eavesdropping ears of her colleague child. All the while, I carried on as Zhongli, and fulfilled the traditions of Liyue in this mortal form. Thank you for... These things were all a part of my script. The only... I had expected them to do no more than the Adepti. To come to the... They seized the opportunity to supplant Liyue as divine... Huh? On the contrary, I think it is excellent. I had always feared...
Hey, what about me? Doesn't anyone feel the least bit of remorse for deceiving me?
I think that thanks would be more appropriate. You certainly played no small part in all of this. Wreaking havoc, and if you hadn't created the pressure of a battle between mortals, Adepti, and a god, the lump...
Huh? Just whose side are you on, mocking me like that? Are you itching for a fight? Hey, haven't you learned the Liyue saying?
Well then, with the Gnosis in my possession, I have no use for such idle chatter. We should return to...
Fine. I'll meet you there later.
Do as you wish.
Now then, is there anything else you wish to ask me?
Right! As Zhongli always told us...
Realistically speaking...
Huh?
However, I am the god of contract. My agreement with the Cryo-Archon will be the last of my contracts as the Geo-Archon. As for the bargaining chip that the Tsaritsa used to balance the scale, uncover that answer for you.
Today's the day of the rite of parting. Although the star of the show is fake, we spent so much time trying to organize it, it would be a real shame not to go there now.
There's only one real
Fatui.
Shh. Look. You know that.
Yeah.
Say.
Now that you... I mean, still...
for...
Hear ye all! Though a dragon's gods and adept rumors, and he having been thwarted in nor are they to believe street-born rumors or indulge in baseless speculation.
Daimon needs a translation on what the... something feels off. Could the Qixing already have known that Rex Lap... Did Zhongli tell them in secret? Exactly, right? Look, it's Ningguang and Keqing. Are they saying something? Are there...
As said previously,
3,700 years of
we, the people of Liyue, were in
the long, unending dream of our Archon walking among us.
Now that we have awoken from our dream, we must look. Will you stand with us as we re-establish our...
So concludes the words of her. Does Her Eminence the Yu...
Traveler.
Yikes!
Is that the traveler who the...
So young.
The Liyue Qixing always repay their debts. Name your price.
Whoa.
Well, could you help me put up some missing person posters?
But it... well...
Perhaps...
Roping...
Hey, Zhongli! Look at this! Everyone in Liyue is caught up in their emotions, and here you are looking...
Right. If the two...
Ha! That sounds like...
You're right. I do like them more. As the Rex Lapis, when I was journeying with you...
Oh, no wonder! Paimon gets it now, but since you weren't you...
Well, we were only spending Fatui money. In the City of Commerce, the Archon Morax could never experience life as the true mortal Zhong. I will treasure the memories that I made as Zhongli. Traveling this... That is true.
Paimon thinks that we should make a...
I fear that continuing your journey may be difficult. The Electro-Archon Ball. And just as the people of Liyue preferred to call me Rex Lapis, she too goes by another name.
Paimon thinks we've heard...
That is the case. And since Raiden is...
That said, Zhongli said...
It's because of visions.
Visions?
When faced with circumstances, but if a person shows true strength of will at a... This is what visions...
Uh-huh. That...
But starting from last year, the Raiden Shogun...
Vision hunter?
Yes. It was an order to see...
They want to seize visions.
I should think that in the Raiden Shogun...
Whoa.
The Anemo Archon is the god of freedom, and the Geo Archon is the god of contracts. For her part, the Raiden Shogun... The fact that even I, the oldest of the seven, have now passed away. Knowing her, she must have again quoted that adage she is most fond of. 7 ideals for 7 gods. And of thee... All right then. Was there anything else you wished? That said, the reason why the Qixing... I hinted as much to the Adepti. How did I accomplish that, you ask? All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know?
That's right. Zhongli, since Morax is... Also, isn't the Golden House the only mint in the entire continent?
The Mora present now will...
This is terrible!
Yes, this is indeed... Well, I...
Then, did you at least set...
Oh, a private fund.
What's a shame?
It's a shame that I didn't think of it at the time. All right then. Was there anything... Well then...